Good afternoon, everybody. We're just waiting for everybody to pop in. Oh, Linda, you're really making me jealous, sat there with those palm trees praying and that beautiful caribbean behind you. Can we swap?
Yes, it's a lovely day today in Barbados.
Ah, no, the blue skies. Okay, it looks like everybody's here. So thank you very much for joining us on the Caribbean Corner. We have got, as you can see, Linda live all the way from Coconut Port in Barbados. We've already got a couple of questions lined up for her for towards the end regarding the work that's going on at the hotel. So we've got some excitement happening there. We've got the lovely Aisling from Iberostar Hotels, and she's got prizes in store for us today. We have got the lovely Carol, who's going to give us an update on the Caribbean. And we've got the lovely Victoria, who's going to give us talks on Belmont Farm in Thanksgiving. So we've got some good ones today. So hi, everybody. If you want to chat to us all, as normal, if you just go to all panelists and attendees, if you just want to chat to us guys up at the top, and it's just all panelists. And right at the very end, we've got all the questions and answers. And please, if you can pop any of the Q&As in the little Q&A tab, it's a lot easier for us to go through them than trying to go through the chat options. So thank you very much for joining us. And without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Miss Caribbean, Carol. Hey, over to you, Carol.
Hi, everyone. I will just share my screen. Right, sorry about that. It always, not sure why it always happens like this when you're just getting ready for your big moment, but here we are. Great stuff, everyone. Thank you so much for joining, and thanks again for our Caribbean Awards for inviting me. I've spoken to some of you before, and it's always a pleasure. And it's a Caribbean update because it's so important to really know what's happening, where we are, and how our region is moving forward. You know, I hate to start with this, but it's important that we really put everything in perspective. And that's looking at COVID globally. And right now there are over 10 million cases, or have been in total over 10 million cases of COVID-19 across the globe. And sadly, over 500,000 people across the globe have lost their lives, you know, with COVID. And that's important because when we put it into context, we understand why there's so much discussion about vaccination, air bridges and bubbles and all of those things. But the Caribbean, as we know, is one of the most tourism dependent regions in the world. And while we're not ignoring all the factors around us, we are mindful of the environment within which we operate. And we always like to have a look at the map of the Caribbean. We know that most of the countries in the Caribbean are island states. So people have to fly to get to us. So therefore, air connectivity, air bridges, border control, all extremely important to the Caribbean. Because for us, tourism is not only about protecting our visitors, who are of course incredibly important to us, but it's also ensuring that the people in the Caribbean who deliver this great service that some of the hotels are going to be speaking to you about afterwards, it's ensuring that we keep them safe, we keep the communities safe, and we're able to keep the Caribbean open for business. So we looked at the global situation. We know that there have been over 500,000 loss of lives due to COVID. And if we look at the Caribbean, if we have a look at this table, which was updated yesterday, what's good for us is that the yellow strips indicate the countries in the Caribbean that are COVID-free. And this is encouraging to us. And this is what we're working towards having right throughout the Caribbean, a region that is COVID-free, and not only COVID-free for a tourism season, but COVID-free as being part of our norm. So of course, if you want to be COVID-free, it means that there really need to be very strong protocols in place, because it's not something we can wish for, it's something that we have to work towards as a region. So for the Caribbean, it's all about getting ready. We know that some destinations, Jamaica, Antigua and others, are open and they have started to receive flights from some of their markets. Other destinations are opening up this week, some in August, some early September. But at the end of the day, whether it's a destination, a hotel, a tour operator, a DMC, we're all getting ready. We're gearing up towards winter 2020-2021. Not that we think that summer's lost, but we know that we've got a lot of work to do. And for the destinations, there are some key areas that we have been working on in getting ready. Number one, health and safety. It's something that no one is prepared to play with or treat lightly. So all the destinations across the region have been working on the right health and safety protocols that are going to work for them. Some destinations are saying that you need to do a COVID test before you get to the destination, complete information online, and then when you go there, you show your proof that you have done your tests and that you do not have COVID. Now, of course, destinations will still be doing temperature checks as well. And so even if someone has this piece of paper with them, there will be a temperature check. And in some destinations, if it has been deemed that a person has an abnormal temperature, then they will be quarantined at their own expense. And as you know, we're great for cruising and yachting. So it's not only the airports, but the cruise ports will have protocols in place. Another important thing for the Caribbean in getting ready, training and development. All of these protocols and standards and another way of doing business means that people need to be trained to carry out the new requirements. And this is right across the Caribbean right now, because at the end of the day, everyone wants to keep safe. So there are hotels and DMCs and destinations that can tell you about the training and development they've been doing. Another key thing, and this has been ramped up across the Caribbean, but there might still be gaps, but it is communication. It's all very well to have the entry requirements, the opening dates, the standards, the protocols, the trainings, but this has to be communicated to all the stakeholders groups. Cruise lines, tourist boards, representatives, airlines, government officials, the Foreign and Commonwealth Office, and we have to communicate with everyone to ensure that the information that you, our agents and our partners in this business of marketing the Caribbean and selling the Caribbean, have the right information. Another important element of getting ready is engagement. We can have all the plans and trainings and materials and stuff we want, but if we don't get engagement for all the stakeholders and have everyone on board, there will be gaps in the overall goal, which is to deliver on a safe Caribbean product. So there's a lot of work across the Caribbean to ensure all the stakeholder groups are engaged. And finally, funding. In many of the destinations, there are funding, there are grants, because if we're saying to small business people, etc., that you've got to change your restaurants, you've got to change the way you do things, this will cost for people to ensure that they're meeting the right health and safety standards for when visitors come to the Caribbean. So getting ready is a process in the Caribbean. It's something that's being worked on a country level, on a regional level, and with all the various subsector groups, health agencies, environmentals, disaster preparedness. So the Caribbean is working strategically towards opening up. And there are a couple of tools that I want to share with you. Now, this one has just been produced by the CHTA and a number of their partners across the Caribbean. And it's a guide that looks at reopening of Caribbean tourism and travel. And I know that it's been shared predominantly with the hotels across the Caribbean. And it really gives just guidelines on everyone, whether it's a DMC, a hotel, a guest house, all of the things that they've got to look at. It talks about, you know, what's expected of their staff, meeting guests, housekeeping, food and beverage. So even though this is not necessarily a document that you, the travel trade would work with, it's letting you know that the hotels, the DMCs and key stakeholder groups in the Caribbean, they actually have guidelines and standards that they are working towards. Some of the larger chains would have put together their own packages, but not everyone. And some of the smaller properties are working with this document that has been produced by CHTA. So it's just to give you that level of assurance and confidence that the Caribbean is working cohesively. And now for you, the travel trade, there's a fantastic portal that's been put together by the CHTA and partners, and it's Caribbean Travel Advisories. And we put the link there so that Sarah can share the presentation with you. And once you go onto this portal, any single country in the Caribbean, you can click on it and you can get background information, you can get the status information. Are they closed? Are they open? Which markets are they serving? When are they expecting flights to come back? And any other information. So please, you're the travel experts at selling our destinations. There's so many different unofficial channels you can go to, but these documents are being produced by the Caribbean, they're being kept up to date, and they're ensuring that when you speak to your clients, you can give them that level of assurance because you are getting your information from the official sources. Finally, I know we're all zoomed out, but we're going to be zoomed a little bit longer because it's not yet time to have face-to-face. But I know that once we can start having our face-to-face events, it's going to be fantastic with the Caribbean. I know you'll be back going on all your fam trips and all your other holidays and stuff. There's lots of opportunities. But we're going to have 2 virtual Caribbean roadshows for you, targeting the UK and Ireland and the agents in Ireland. And it's on Tuesday, the 15th of September and Wednesday, the 16th of September. And we've got 2 dates because we've got so many presenters. What we want to do is not give you more than 6 presentations on any one night. So if you go to our website and you'll get this, you can register now, register for our virtual roadshows, and you'll have a great opportunity to speak with even more of the destinations and the hotel partners. We're excited about it. I know you're all zoomed out, but join us for this one. It's going to be fun. And it's all part of ensuring that you continue to have the engagement and the contacts you should have as the Caribbean works towards recovery. And also as well, just to keep your knowledge up on what's happening, again, you can download all the guides to the Caribbean. These guides have got our members in them. There's the general guide, wedding and honeymoon guide, dive guide, and mice guide. So while we can't see you face to face and have a drink with you, we've got lots of information that we can share with you. And we really just want to ensure that if you need information about the Caribbean, you know where to find it. Follow us on social media, sign up for our webinars, download our brochures, keep in contact, because you know that the destinations and the hotels do individual fam trips. We do courses in the Caribbean fam trips where we try to visit, say, 3 or 4 destinations when we have our fam trips. Not sure if we'll be able to have one this year with all the challenges, but for 2021, we've got lots planned for you. So keep selling the Caribbean. We're a great network, and you've got some fantastic presentations after I say goodbye. And anything you need to know, reach out to us. We're always here for you as we work towards a unified and safe Caribbean. So thank you all so much.
Thank you very much, Carol. That was fantastic. Great update. I will send out all the links to everybody. It'll go out by tomorrow.
Yeah,
so,
no problem.
Carol, I know you can't stay on until the end, but if anybody does have any questions and answers, we will get them to Carol. So just let us know through the Q&A tab. Okay, thank you very much. So now we're going to move over to the Caribbean, to Barbados, and we've got the lovely Linda and Martin. Martin's just going to say a couple of words, and then he's going to hand over to Linda, who's going to tell you about the work that's happening at the Coconut Court at the moment. So over to you guys.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today. My name's Martin. I actually work for a representation company called AMG, And Coconut Court is one of the hotels we represent in the Caribbean across the UK and Europe. I'll hand you over to the lovely Linda in the sunny Barbados. I just want to remind you of our reward scheme. If you sign up and register, www.coconutcourtrewards.co.uk, you can earn for every booking that you make. Every booking of 7 nights or more, you get 1 point, and you can exchange that 1 point. 1 point equals £10 cash, or you can exchange your points for 3 nights. So 1 point equals 1 free night on room only, and 2 points equals 1 free night on full board. So if you make enough bookings, you can get yourself a week or 2 in Barbados for free on a full board basis. We're also going to be doing a AMG giveaway this weekend, which Sarah has more details on now.
We're going to do a print to win tomorrow at 12 o'clock on the My Booking Rewards Facebook page, and I will announce the winner. So tune in, and then Martin will let you know via the message board as well.
Perfect. So yeah, make sure you tune into that tomorrow. And now I'm going to hand you over to Linda in Barbados.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Nice to see you all today. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Linda, and I am speaking to you from beautiful Coconut Court Beach Hotel in the beautiful island of Barbados. Our hotel has been family owned and operated since 1975. That is the year that my parents, Charlie and Lorraine, purchased this property. We're still very much family owned and operated. My husband, Jason, runs the hotel. I do the marketing. My brother Mark does the maintenance. My brother Ted and his wife Vida run the concierge and activities desk and the famous Ted's Tours. My brother James Blades is also, he does the tours at the Garrison Historic Area. So it's truly a family owned and operated business. I am speaking to you today from the balcony of one of our deluxe oceanfront rooms. One of the wonderful unique features of Coconut Court is that all of the guest rooms at Coconut Court Beach Hotel face the ocean. So all 112 hotel rooms face the sea. We also have 12 self-catering apartments located on our land side, 1 and 2 bedroom units for those persons who need a little more space, but those units do not have ocean view. We're located on the south coast in the Garrison UNESCO World Heritage Site. We're located directly on the beach, as you can see. We have wonderful swimming here at Coconut Court, very safe. We have a sheltered lagoon, so no large waves, no strong current. We have lots of coconut trees planted on the beach as well, so there's lots of natural shade at the hotel, so persons can enjoy the beach all day without getting a sunburn. We have wonderful amenities here within the guest rooms. All of our guest rooms are air conditioned. All of the guest rooms and public areas have free Wi-Fi. All guest rooms have kitchenette facilities consisting of refrigerator, microwave, electric kettle and toaster, iron and board, hair dryer, everything that you need, electronic safes, everything that you need to be very, very comfortable. I believe what makes Coconut Court unique, like I said earlier, is that we are family owned and operated. We're not a big chain hotel here. We're locally owned, and our guests are friends. We have a very high percentage of repeat guests that have been coming to us for years, and it's all a big happy family at Coconut Court. That's the truth. A lot of guests return to us year after year after year, some several times a year. We are a COVID-19 free island, but we have been very, very busy during our closure. We're going to reopen on September 1st, guys. So in between now and then, we've been very busy improving our hotel. And if I may, I'm just going to move the computer a little bit so you can see that we're renovating our pool deck. Just a minute, guys. Hope everybody can see. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yes, we are very busy at Coconut Court. That is for sure. That's me there. I need some work too. That's our lovely beach. You can see that we have a beautiful stretch of beach here at Coconut Court. As I said, located on the south coast. Just up the beach, within easy walking distance, we have the South Coast Boardwalk. So that connects our beach to Accra Beach. During the summer months, this is also a beach of love. And when I say beach of love, I mean for turtles. Critically endangered Hawksbill turtles. You're looking at this stretch of beach, the most heavily nesting population populated beach in the Eastern Caribbean. So between Coconut Court and the Hilton, which is just up the beach a ways, our turtles love to come up here and nest, and that's between the months of July and November. Across the street from us, we have the Marriott Courtyard Hotel. Bridgetown is located approximately 10 minutes away by car. The airport, 20 minutes by car. St. Lawrence Gap, 10 minutes by car. Oistins, famous fish fry, 15, 20 minutes by car, depending on the traffic. All guests at Coconut Court, if they book with us, they get a free breakfast. That means that you as travel agents, by the way, I should mention, we just have a brand new website as well with a lovely section there, especially for you travel agents. We've just upgraded our booking engine, and we will be using Onyx to make payments to you all. So any bookings that come through on Coconut Court website, you'll be paid a commission of 10%, and that'll be paid to you within 30 days. So I'm not sure how I'm doing for time now, Martin. How much time do I have left? I don't want to overspend myself, but guys,
I think you've got a couple more minutes.
Wonderful spot. We really are a wonderful property. Okay, and that pool deck is going to be absolutely stunning when it's finished. We have two full service restaurants, one traditional Caribbean restaurant on the beach side. We also have a wonderful steak and seafood restaurant, live entertainment several nights each week, including Manager's Rum Punch Party, where myself, my husband, and my brother, we always host that party and meet our guests. We also have live entertainment several nights. We have a wonderful beach bar which does karaoke, which is really popular with locals as well on Saturday. So we're really a fun place. Nothing stuffy about Coconut Court. We're very laid back, very chilled, and we would like our guests to come to the Caribbean and enjoy the authentic Barbados, which, in my humble opinion, is just wonderful. So we're not an all-inclusive resort. We encourage our guests to get out and explore the island. We do have meal packages available, but we find that the guests that tend to choose our hotel are those that are well-traveled, not necessarily want all of the flash, but want comfort, good service, genuine hospitality. Coconut Court ticks all of those boxes. Okay, guys, so thank you very much for joining me today. And I'm going to be sticking around, so at the end of the seminar, if you have questions, I'm going to be here to answer them. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me from the beautiful Coconut Court Beach Hotel in Barbados. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. That was amazing. And that beach, wow. We have got a couple of questions that have come in for you already, so we will ask those right at the very, very end. So thank you for that lovely presentation. We're now over to Miss Iberostar. Aisling, over to you with your, what is it, your surprise?
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Sarah, and it's great to see you all again, and to kind of head back to the Caribbean today with you and tell you all about our reopenings going on there. And I'm all the way from sunny Hertfordshire, so I haven't got coconut trees, but I did go to Sainsbury's and buy a coconut, especially for this, and I've also got some Caribbean coconut rum. So I'm going to put together a little goodie bag, and we'll ask a question at the end, Sarah, and then we'll do kind of hands up competition at the end with a question, and we'll pick out the lucky winner then. So good luck, everyone. I'm going to start sharing my screen now. Here we go. Sorry, I just had to click on the volume there so that you can hear. I've got video in the presentation as well. So I hope you can all see this clearly. Yeah, great, perfect. Okay, so I thought I would actually start with information about the reopenings of our properties, because the last webinar I did with you, Sarah, and all the agent partners, I really focused on going into a bit more detail about the properties. But we actually have, in the Caribbean resorts that we have, we've got nearly 40 hotels. So it's always, within 10 minutes, it's always difficult to kind of go through all that information. So I thought I'd run through the hotels that have opened and that are opening in the next few days, because it's all going on out there, and then talk a bit more about how that experience is going to look like for the clients, because I think that's really important information for you guys to know. Like Carol said, you know, all of this information that the tourist office have, and Everyone's been working really hard, from all the suppliers actually working really hard to ensure that we can get open and we can start welcoming back all of you guys and your guests. So we are waiting for you. I'm pleased to say that we had our first reopenings last week in Mexico on the 25th of June. So we actually opened our Coral Level property in downtown Cancun, which is just a wonderful adult-only hotel. Now, our Coral Level concept is quite a new concept for our Caribbean properties, and they are the 5-star VIP deluxe hotels. And we just opened a family Coral Level property in Dominican Republic as well. So we are opening more and more of these Coral Level hotels. They're absolutely wonderful, complete 5-star VIP services. And we also opened our 5-star family property in the Riviera Maya, just about 20 minutes from Cancun. The Iberostar Paraiso Maya, beautiful resort, absolutely huge. And we also built over the winter season, well, actually it was open last winter, our new aqua park there. And it's a huge aqua park, water park that we have there. And that's part of our Star Camp, actually, which is our mini club concept in all of our properties. And we've actually been really busy refurbishing all the Star Camp facilities we have in the Caribbean, actually, as well as other aspects of the hotels that we've really been with the new openings, the renovations. They are looking absolutely stunning. So our Star Camp in Mexico is actually in the Paraiso Resort, is actually one of the best that we have around the world. It's absolutely fantastic. They all have their own little rooms, internal areas, and also the outdoor areas as well. Now, we're opening the Playa Mita property today, actually, on the other side of Mexico coast. And also today we've been busy opening the Iberostar Roseville Suite in Jamaica. So another fantastic 5-star property, great. It's an all-suites hotel, but it's great for the families. We also have our lagoon river here in the pool areas, and Star Camp, for example, and great interior decor and design, beautiful. And then Dominican Republic, we're actually opening on the 31st of July. So we'll start with the openings of the Iberostar Barbados Selection 5-star resort. This has been completely refurbished in 2019, so it's looking better than ever, this hotel. All the rooms have been refurbished as well. The aqua park, the Star Camp areas, absolutely beautiful. And within the grounds, as I mentioned, in the grounds of the Barbados resort we have there in Punta Cana, we've also opened a brand new hotel, a brand new Coral Level property. This is our 5-star deluxe hotel concept, and this is actually great for people of all ages, so it's relevant for families as well. If they want the best of the best for families, then this would be the hotel to choose for them. Absolutely wonderful rooms, design and decor, and facilities as well, and they can use all the resort there. We've also opened, well, we're opening tomorrow, should I say, our first property in Cuba, the Iberostar Taínos. It's a 4-star hotel on Varadero Beach. Then we're opening the Laguna Azul further along Varadero Beach on the 1st of August. And then we're also opening another property in Varadero, the Bella Costa, that's on the 10th of July. And then we'll open our Cayos, the Keys there in Cuba. We're opening the first property there on the 1st of August as well, the Iberostar Ensenachos. Beautiful, the Keys there at Paradise. So lots going on there in the Caribbean. We want to, get all your clients out there, and hopefully we'll hear about the UK air bridges as well, this scenario, very soon, to see which Caribbean resorts are included. So I've got a video now where it kind of encompasses a couple of minutes. It looks at how the reopenings will look like, how the experience will be for the clients, and what we've been busy doing there in the resorts. So you can enjoy that, and then we'll take a look at it even closer. busy doing actually coming up with our How We Care initiative, and it actually encompasses over 300 actions that you will see as a client in the properties and how we're working now in this kind of new era. So over 300 actions to make sure that the clients are safe, secure, but also they enjoy their experience as well, and actually creating a more luxury experience with more personalised service, more choice within the entertainment, gastronomy, for example. And actually one of the main points is about the limiting the occupancy in the hotels. So we will only go up to a maximum of 70% occupancy in the properties to ensure that we can, you know, look after all these hygiene protocols in the right way, and also with social distancing in the properties, etc. We're actually utilising our values, our 4 main values: a liveness programme, which is all about the activities and utilising the outdoor space; Style Camp for the children, our mini VIPs; our Wave of Change, amazing sustainability initiative, you know, becoming single-use plastic free in the properties and using more technology, for example, with the Iberostar app. That's really helped us move into this new era. And the honest food policy, working with local suppliers so that we can actually trace where our food comes from, making sure that they're following all the hygiene protocols, and it's all this track and trace system that we have, so we know where every food aspect is coming from that we serve in our restaurants. And also the staff. So as Carol said, you know, it's all about the training that's gone into the last few weeks actually with colleagues in the properties, and I'm in awe of them actually, because they've had to undergo huge training programs to know how to clean with these new hygiene protocols, also utilising all the PPE. They'll all be wearing the masks and gloves, etc., so that the clients don't have to. One of the main points is that the clients will only have to wear masks in our buffet restaurants as they're going into the buffet area and collecting their food, for example. That would be one area, but the rest of the properties they can enjoy and relax and don't have to wear the masks. It's made up of 4 principles: safe environment, standards of hygiene, social distancing, and smart innovation. Now, I'm not going to go into all 300 actions, so I just wanted to highlight some of them. So within the safe environment, for example, that means secure access to the property, observing the latest hygiene protocols for the suppliers, employees, everyone that enters into the property. We will actually be aware of them and we will know that they're safe. We also, as I mentioned, you know, serving food that we can guarantee where they come from, we can track and trace them, and they're following our honest food philosophy as well. Going on to standards of hygiene, it's basically going to be an always-on hygiene approach now within the hotels, and that's in all areas of the property, whether it's around by the pool areas, in the public areas of the hotel, the bars, the restaurants, etc., and in the rooms as well. The rooms will be cleaned whenever they leave. The rooms will follow a deep clean, and they'll actually lie vacant there for 24 hours before another client is allowed to go into them. And also using all the relevant materials, the cleaning materials, and they've all been verified by a virologist to make sure that they do kill all the bacteria and viruses that may be around. Social distancing, so we have utilised within our aliveness programme, utilising all the outdoor space that we have, and actually looking at the Caribbean properties. That's been quite easy actually, because they're huge, beautiful hotels directly on the beaches there, wonderful gardens surrounding them. So we're utilising the outdoor spaces more for group activity, for entertainment, for example, for the restaurants, so making more al fresco dining areas, and also with also reorganising the sun lounges, the garden furniture, etc. We've been able to do that quite easy in our Caribbean properties. And also encouraging reservations for the restaurants in advance as well, so that we can make sure that we keep to the maximum capacities in the restaurants. And the smart innovation, as I mentioned, so clients will be able to check in prior to arrival at the property, just minimising, you know, the contact that they'll have to have and hanging around in the reception area, for example, and also reinforcing our paperless philosophy that we've had as part of our sustainability Wave of Change initiative. We've been working on this for many years anyway, so we have the Iberostar app where you can actually make reservations, speak to concierge, look at all the entertainment schedules, everything can be done online from your iPhone. And we also have totem poles around the properties as well. So if you don't have a phone, you can actually access all of this information as well. So it just limits the amount of contact you would have to have with concierge. So as I mentioned, guest services. So yeah, private check-in, signage in the waiting areas to ensure the traffic flow is correct, and there will be hand sanitizer stations all around the properties. All your bags will also be disinfected when you arrive. So lots of points there to take note of. The rooms, as I mentioned, they will lay dormant for 24 hours whilst we do a deep clean, once a client leaves and before another client enters, using all the cleaning products that will eliminate literally it's 99.99% of viruses and bacteria. And if clients don't want the cleaning crew going into their rooms, they can actually have their own green cleaning kit and clean themselves. So there's ways around these things. So again, lots of thought and effort has gone into that side of it. F&B, so a big part of Iberostar is the gastronomy and how that will work. So again, this always on hygiene concept going on. So the staff have been trained how to deep clean all the tables there. We have the reservation slots for the themed restaurants, for example. Also, you will be given a reservation slot at check-in for the buffet restaurant. So for breakfast, lunch and dinner, for example, you have an hour then to enter into the restaurants. And it's quite relaxed. If you have an issue with the reservation slot, the colleagues will be able to change that for you. And also we have laid on more gastronomy options for the clients to create this more luxury experience for them. So lots going on there, and entertainment. So yeah, creating more outdoor spaces for the group activities to take place. We'll also have reservation systems going on. If it's indoor entertainment, we will limit the capacity, so we'll keep an eye on that as well. So just making sure that everyone is kept safe. But there's going to be even more, like the gastronomy, even more on offer for the clients to enjoy with all of these group activities and entertainment programs, because, you know, we have to make sure that sometimes if they're limited, we want to make sure that there's more on offer then for the clients. And the common areas, they're always going to be this 24-hour hygiene protocol going on. Pools will be limited, obviously, to the 70% capacity as well. So colleagues around the pool will take note of that. But in our Caribbean resorts there, we have huge garden and pool areas for the clients to enjoy. So I really don't see this being an issue at all. And all the furniture has also been reorganised for social distancing. And then our star camps. So our star camps will be open, which is fantastic. Our star camps already in New York and Mexico are open. So there'll be different ways that we coordinate this. There'll be lots more small group activity. Obviously, hygiene will be the utmost of the utmost importance there with regards to activities. And we will be introducing the children to our Dr. Superhero. Now, this isn't Dr. Superhero, this is a picture I got off the internet, but it's just to show you that we have come up with this concept, and Dr. Superhero will be there to make sure the children feel safe, teaching them how to clean their hands properly, social distancing, things like that. So it's a really nice concept that's going to be brought in over the next few weeks into our star camps. Now, just to finish up with, that's a real quick run through about our How We Care initiative and how the experience will be for your clients. If you need more information, let me know. I've got my email address at the end. Just a quick note to say, get signed up to staragents.com. That's where we access the best agent rates, and also you can log all your bookings to get Star Agent points, which you can then redeem for free nights. And as of this summer onwards, we do have Caribbean hotels there on offer for you to book at up to 50% discounted rate. So just to kind of highlight at the end, that's my email address. For any questions as we go through, you can email me, ashley.mclaughlin@iberostar.com. We also have a Facebook group. It's Iberostar Star Agents UK and Ireland. I mentioned about Star Agents. Make sure you get registered on there. You don't even have to make a booking to access those discounted agent rates for yourself, your own holidays. Iberostar Pro is our B2B booking system as well, and the Caribbean hotels are on there. We do great commission levels, etc. Let me know if you want more information, but you can get registered for an account on there. And we have our marketing tools site as well. So we've got lots of videos and images and content, but you can always contact me for that. And I mentioned about the app. Download the app because that's really useful for you to utilise for any client questions that you have. You can see entertainment schedules on there, etc., and all the facilities. So that's me. God, I think I've gone a bit further over 10 minutes. Sorry, Sarah. That's me finished. I don't know when you want me to ask a question. Should I leave it to the end?
Let's do it at the end, yeah. Let's
Okay.
do Victoria first. So you've now got to think carefully, everybody, because the question, is it a question that's going to have been heard in the training that you've just done? That you're going to ask? Okay, so now you need to
Not too hard, yeah.
Perfect. So, Victoria, if you can transport us to St. Kitts.
Yeah, I will do that. Oh, hang on, let me just share my screen and then bring up my... Okay, hopefully can everybody see that okay? Brilliant. And hopefully everybody can hear me as well. Hi, everybody. It's great to be here. Thanks, Sarah, for hosting again. It's wonderful to be able to communicate with everybody. I'm really missing the opportunity to see all the agents with a glass of wine in hand, but I look forward to being able to do that again shortly. So in the meantime, here we are. I'm going to whiz you over to St. Kitts and to the stunning property called Belmont Farm. I haven't got a lot of updates in regards to protocols as yet, and that is mainly because we're still waiting for them to come out of the island and also of the hotel. But once we do have them, then I will follow up with you on all of those details. But right now, I just really wanted to show you something a little bit special. And if you'd like any of the images or videos that I'm going to show you today for any of your own social media marketing to any of your clients, please do let me know. I'd be really happy to send it over. So I'm going to start with a video. Fingers crossed this is going to work. And then I'm just going to take you through some of the key selling points after the video. So where's it gone? Here we go. So there is a quick video just to give you an idea of the property. So as you can see, it's not your traditional Caribbean property at all. It's going to be absolutely perfect for all of those people that are going to come on after lockdown and want the space, wellness, mindfulness, retreats, meditation, all of the people that are searching for those things, it's going to be amazing for. So just a quick update in terms of how do you get there. Now we have direct flights on British Airways holidays that go out on a Saturday and a Wednesday, and then You can also, sorry about that, you can also fly into Antigua, and then you can take a flight over from Antigua straight to St. Kitts. Now, obviously, we're waiting to find out what those flights will be and what the schedules will be as we come back from COVID, but fingers crossed we will have the flights back again that we had pre-COVID. And now we also include a complimentary transfer. So once you arrive into St. Kitts, into the airport, we transfer you up to the resort, which is about half an hour to 40 minutes. And that transfer is included in the rates. So a couple of USPs. As you saw, we're not on a beach. We are halfway up a mountain, 1,000 foot above sea level. So we have our own microclimate. You're on the side of a volcano, and all of the accommodation is in individual cottages. So we have golf buggies that transfer you around. You just call the golf buggy if you would like to come down to the main restaurant. But it's great if you just want to go out and do nature walks, if you want to be able to breathe, exhale, and take in the scenery and the flora and fauna. So these are the cottages. They are absolutely gorgeous. They're really, really cute. And on the inside, it's all kind of bohemian chic. We call it eco chic. So you can see the bed is very central. It's right in the middle. And then what I love about these is if you see the main image, those French doors open up and you have the most incredible view. But in the evening, you close the doors and you press a button, the screen comes down and it actually creates an in-room cinema. From above the bed, there is a projector and you're suddenly streaming your Netflix, your Amazon, all of your movies and everything. So you've gone from being in this complete kind of isolation with your significant other to closing all the doors, and then here you are. You've got all the latest technology, complimentary Wi-Fi and everything. In the room, you've also got a small fridge, coffee making facilities, and if you let me know that you've done a booking, I will make sure that your guests are VIP'd, and then they'll have a bottle of Prosecco waiting for them in the fridge as well. Now, this is another USP for your clients. When you go into the bathroom, you'll notice that all of the bathrooms are outdoors, but it's very discreet. There's a lot of flora and fauna that has grown up around the bathrooms. We also now have a lot of bathrooms which have shutters around the outside as well. But you have your shower, you have these kind of Western saloon doors around the shower and the WC, but it's an amazing place to sit in the bath and just look out at the views down across the Caribbean Sea and out to the neighboring islands. Now, we also have some wonderful villas as well. And the villas are 3-bedroom and 4-bedroom villas. Some of the villas have 2 bedrooms in the main area, and then we have an annex with 1 or 2 rooms. And the difference with the villas is that the bathrooms are inside. All of the villas have amazing swimming pools. So if you have families, multi-generational families, groups of friends that wanting to travel and reconnect post-COVID, the villas work incredibly well, and it's a great living, dining area space for them as well. Now, this is the main area of the property. This is where the main pool is. So it's very calm here. You can see to the left, we do meditation and yoga out on that huge balcony. Behind the swimming pool, there is a fantastic gym. And then on the level above, we have the kitchen, which is the main restaurant. And then to the left of that, the mill, which is the mill bar. And you can see some of the cottages, which are quite close by, are just up from this main area. And it's just some other images just to show you how stunning this property is. It's very different to a lot of things that you'd find in the Caribbean. Now, in terms of other restaurants and also a beach, there is a beach which is about a 10-minute drive away, and we have a restaurant on the beach called Arthur's. It's a great fish to fork restaurant. It has sun lounges. It's a lovely beach to relax on. It's very kind of dark volcanic sand, but incredibly soft. To one side of the beach, you have the Atlantic Sea, and the other side of the beach, you have the Caribbean Sea. So in the middle, it's a little bit choppier. We were there one Sunday and there were lots of local families diving in, swimming in the sea. The only thing I would say is because it's you have the Atlantic Sea, you can't always see the bottom. So it's not your traditional Caribbean crystal clear sea, but it is a really lovely place to sit, and Arthur's is a fantastic restaurant as well. But this is my favorite thing about this property. We have, this is our show farm. So Belmont Farm is spread over 1,400 acres of tropical farm, and this is the farm area. Now, it's not the kind of farm where there's animals, so you won't suddenly see cows and things walking along, but what you do have is a fantastic array of fruit and vegetables, different plants. Now, the show farm area, we do tours in the mornings where people can come down and they can work on the farm if they want to. They can have a tour of all the different herbs and vegetables that we have down there. And then we do now twice a week, and I think it will increase because we were building this up quite a lot before COVID, because it was always really well championed. But we do a farm table experience. So you'll get picked up from your cottage in a golf buggy and you're brought down here before sunset in the evening for a rum punch, and you watch the sunset over this view, and it's absolutely incredible. And then you sit around this big long farm table. Now, we can only have 20 people around this table at any one time, but you sit around the farm table and you have 4 courses, but there's about 15 different foods on all of the courses. So you would have chicken, you'd have duck, you'd have steak, you'd have lobster, you have chutneys that are from vegetables and mangoes that have been grown on the farm. So the tastes are incredible, but the conversation is also amazing. So when I was there the first time, I was sat next to a couple from Essex, there were another couple from Colorado, there were a couple that had come from Texas, there were a couple from New Jersey, and you can imagine all the different conversations, and just for that one moment you're together having dinner. So it's absolutely stunning, and it's definitely something that your clients should do. And now this is another thing that I think is a winner. It's not for everybody, but if you have any clients that love hiking, obviously we have this amazing volcano which we are literally set into the side of. And we do hikes up to the volcano, and the guide will take you all the way through the flora and fauna. So on one level, it's like just walking in the tropical rainforest, and the jungle, and the trees are like 400 or 500 years old. And sometimes you're pulling yourself up over the roots. And then another area, you have 3 elevations. So you literally have to pull yourself up over the rocks to get to the top. But when you do get to the top of the volcano, you're literally right looking down into the crater of the volcano in all the mist and the clouds. And that's when the guide will bring out fresh mango juice and pastries that he bought in the market that morning. So this is incredible for somebody that really wants to get out and feel that they are in the middle of nowhere, breathing in nature at its best. Now, they did mention that we have a fantastic golf course in the video. We have an 18-hole championship golf course, which was designed by Ian Woosnam. However, because we're fully into sustainability, the golf course is an edible golf course. And for that reason, we tend to have a lot of wild pigs on the golf course, and they find it very difficult, or they have found it very difficult to keep all 18 holes open at once. So we've closed 9 holes, and I would say it's a great golf course if you've got people that want to come and play a bit of golf, but it's not for your serious golfer who's coming on a golfing holiday to the Caribbean. And I think one of the best things about the golf course are the views. In addition to golf, we have tennis courts, we have a wonderful spa. You can have the treatments in the spa or in the room. There is a lot more I could tell you about this property, but I know that we're short on time. So we have got a full training, which is about a half-hour video on our YouTube channel. So please do take my details off the screen now. If you'd like any of the images, any of the videos, if you'd like to watch the training, please do drop me an email and I will send all of that information over to you. I'd be really happy to follow up with you. And then it looks as if we will open in October. Now, one of the reasons for that is because we have an annual closing from mid-September to mid-October anyway. And if we did get to open towards the end of the summer, we would probably only be open for a few weeks. So I think they haven't confirmed it as yet, but I think the decision will be taken shortly to open in October, and then we can do one big opening for the winter season. But should that change, I will reach out to you and just let you know what's happening and give you any more updates. And that's it. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop sharing and pass back to Sarah.
Love it.
Cool.
You need to photograph the pigs on the golf course.
Yes, yeah, that would be really good actually. Yeah, with a golf stick each.
Exactly. Not swimming with pigs, golf with pigs.
Yeah.
Hashtag, sorry. Okay, we've got the quiz to do. So don't put your hands up yet. But you're still muted, Aislinn, you're going to need to unmute yourself. So what we're going to do with this, you're going to ask the question, the first person that puts the hand up, I'm going to make them speak, and then you can tell us what the answer is. So, go for it.
Great. Okay, so it's quite easy. If they were listening, what's the new collection, the new concept of hotels that we've opened in the Caribbean recently that are very much the 5-star VIP deluxe collection?
Okay, Chrissy was first. Hang on, I'm going to let her talk in 1 second. I'm just waiting for everybody else to come through. Chrissy, can you hear us?
She's muted. Oh, there we go.
Chrissy?
Hear me? Hello?
We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. What's the
Oh, coral level.
Yay! That's right. Well done. Oh,
Thanks.
great, Chrissy. I'll be sending out another gift to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
More alcohol. Woo!
Lovely. Just what I need.
Coconut.
Oh,
well done.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well done, Chrissy.
Thank you.
Right. So we've got a few questions that have come in as well. So just let me move Chrissy back to. Okay. Right. So I know we've got a couple for Linda to start with. Linda, we had one that I was asked earlier on one of the groups by one of the agents. I'm just going to pull that up first for you. And it's a lady that she can't be on because she's got a company webinar today, but she said that she will be re-watching. So find this question for her. Okay, what it was, please keep the pink tiles. I love those from first seeing them in a brochure when I was about 11 years old. My dream, don't ask why, was to swim in that pool, and she eventually fulfilled it in 2001. So she loved your pink tiles. Will she still keep the pink tiles?
No, I'm sorry. There will be no pink tiles on the pool deck. But I can assure you, when it's finished, it's going to be lovely.
It's going to be a pool that you're going to want to come back to in 2021 or even 2020 to swim in again. So it's going to be a dream come true number 2.
Oh, thank you.
So thank you for that one. Jen has asked, will the pool refurb be finished by September the 1st?
Sorry, tell me that again, Sarah. I've got a little bit of noise behind me.
Will the pool refurb be finished by September the 1st?
Yes, we're actually, our end date for the refurbishment to the pool deck will be August 15th. So we'll be reopening on September 1st, 100% ready to go.
Perfect. Ken's got 2 questions for you. The first one is, are all meals served a la carte?
Well, we do a breakfast buffet, and then pretty much most of the meals are a la carte. On our Monday night managers rum punch party, we traditionally do a Caribbean buffet, and we are setting up the plexiglass, etc. service, plated service from behind that from the kitchen staff. But we don't serve buffets here 24/7. We never have, because we're not an all-inclusive resort.
Okay, perfect. The second question that he's got is, do you still serve that amazing pumpkin soup?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I think we'd be shot if we removed it from the menu.
Perfect.
That's a Bajan staple. Yes.
Oh, I need to try that one then.
Yes, it's lovely.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So the next question is going to Aislinn at Iberostar. So Kiki has asked, at Iberostar, the buffet restaurants are mentioned. Will it not be table service, or did I miss this? Sorry, the sound was interrupted. Oh, you muted.
keep forgetting to unmute myself. Yeah, so good question, actually. So the way it will work, in our Caribbean resorts anyway, there's always 1 or 2 buffet restaurants, and then you've got a selection of the themed restaurants, which there will be the a la carte option as well. And we have increased the a la carte options, but we do still have the buffet sections and buffet restaurants. So the way it will work is that we kind of closed off the buffet areas. So there's a limit on the number of people that can be in the buffet areas of the restaurant where the food is served. We've increased all these screens that are available there. So obviously between the client and the food, and it will be very much served to you. So we have these wooden plate servers. You place your plate onto the wooden kind of dish, and then you request what you'd like to put on there. Most of it tends to be show cooking, so it's cooked directly in front of you. And you just say, I would like that piece of fish or that piece of meat or that dish. Sometimes we have these made up dishes, and they will then put it onto your plate. Before you enter into the buffet area, you have to put your mask on. And this is a fluid kind of dynamic situation, so it will change as we move through the COVID era. But you have to, at the moment, you have to put a mask on when you enter into the buffet area, not whilst you're at your seat, obviously, at your table, but as you enter into the area to get your food. And there's hand sanitizer everywhere. You have to hand sanitize before you enter into the area and as you're leaving as well, just to ensure no contamination. But there are the a la carte restaurants as well available, especially in the Caribbean resorts. We've always got a huge amount of restaurants to make use of. So I hope that's answered the question.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. Thank you very much. So we're moving now to Victoria. Was Belmont Farm part of the old Rawlings?
Not as far as I know. It's above a development called Kittishan Hill, which will be a complete village and will have shops and patisseries. Investors buy a home or a holiday home. So that's something, but that's situated just underneath where Belmont Farm sits.
Okay, perfect.
I can find out and then come back to you.
It was for Jenny.
Okay.
And she remembers Arthur, who owned the Golden Lemon.
Oh, right, yes. Well, they named it Gold. They named their restaurant after Arthur.
Ah, okay, okay.
So it may well, there. I'm sure there is a connection.
Yeah, perfect. Jacqueline has asked, is there a shuttle to the beach?
From Belmont Farm? Yes, there is. Yes, they have a complimentary shuttle that has towels in it that goes down to the beach. So it's just whenever you like to go to the beach, you give them a ring and they'll drop you down there.
Brilliant. Jen has asked, are children welcome at Belmont Farm?
Yes, they are. I think it would work well in the villas, and if you have families. I took when I first went there and I was sitting around the main pool area, it feels very grown up. I didn't see any children, and you could almost hear a pin drop, and I thought it doesn't feel to me like it's a family property at that point. Certainly wouldn't take my children there because they just want to dive bomb into the pool. But I think they will become more family focused. So at the moment, I would say it's very much families that want to take the villa or couples in the cottages. And I think as we develop the product, we'll do more things like mountain biking and archery and nature walks for families. So it will be a certain type of family who wants to be active. But there is certainly now no reason why you couldn't take children.
Brilliant. Karen has got a question. This is for you, Linda. Sorry she was late joining. Is Barbados COVID free?
Yes, it is. Barbados is COVID free.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And the last question is from Jen. Will there be noise disruption when the new village is being built? I think this is for you, Victoria.
No, we don't expect there because it is quite a way above where the cottages and the development of Belmont Farm is. I think what they might do, because they have this annual closure, if they need to do any big building works, then they would do it in that time. But essentially, all of the infrastructure has already been built. and they just need to finish off the interiors. So at the moment, they don't have any plans to do any really big major building work.
Okay, perfect. And that is, I think, the end of the questions. And we've had a few people that have been asking for the link. So as always, if you can send me anything you want sharing, and then it'll get sent out tomorrow with all the agents. Don't forget, everybody, and we've seen loads and loads of bookings that have started to come in now on the My Caribbean Rewards, but every single Monday we go onto Facebook, we do a spin to win, and there's a winner wins £50, and it can be that you've done one booking, or it can be you've done 10 bookings. It doesn't matter, your name's just entered into the spin to win. So keep logging your bookings. As months progress, what we'll be doing is there'll be fam trip places, and there'll be hotels that are, you know, doing like the hotel of the month. So there'll be loads of different things happening. So please keep logging every single booking to the Caribbean. And then from me, I'd just like to say thank you to our panelists for coming on and informing us about the hotels and again the destinations you know, surrounding it. And Linda, you're still making me extremely jealous with that view. So thank you. We really, really appreciate it. It really, really helps in being able to sell. So thank you. And again, thank you to all the agents for coming on and taking the time to want to hear about the Caribbean, to the hashtag Caribbean Dreaming. We do appreciate it. And if you've got any questions, you've got my details and you've got all of the panelists' email addresses. So drop them an email, talk to us. Talking's good. So thank you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much from beautiful Coconut Court. Thank you.
Bye.
Great to see you. Bye.
Bye. Bye.